Hello, this is Joseph Kittikart from Oracle BI Product Management. In this video, I'm going to walk you through few advanced reports in Oracle Business Intelligence Cloud Service. We will cover samples on linear and quadratic regressions, projection or forecasting, interactive binning, how to display images, and how to write back to database tables from a BICS environment. Note that all examples discussed in this video are built on a regular BICS account using standard out-of-the-box schema as a service DB instance. First two dashboard pages here show how you can perform regression analysis simply using ANSYS calculations. The trend line shown here is computed as y is equal to a plus bx, where b is the slope of the line and a is the intercept. Mathematical formula is shown here. In the report criteria, those calculations for slope and intercept are determined by using ANSYS formula, which is essentially mimicking the formula we just saw on the dashboard. The next page is showing an example of quadratic regression. Computation approach is similar to what we discussed for the previous page. Next page is also showing trend lines using regression. However, these ones are computed on the database side using standard Oracle SQL function. This approach could be faster than ANSYS calculations, and it also saves the designer from the complexity of the formula. You can see here that the view definition SQL includes regression functions for R-square, slope, and intercept. Projection example on the next page is extrapolating the revenue metric to another 6 months where we actually don't have revenue data. We are using Oracle SQL's model clause to generate revenue records for the next 6 months. We are also taking into account the seasonality of the revenue data across the previous months. Next is an example of interactive binning. User inputs the number of bins and the bin range on the dashboard page. Bins are dynamically computed, and each customer is assigned to bins depending on where its revenue falls into. The resulting distribution is visualized here. Bins are computed using with bucket SQL function, and it is invoked from the BI model using an evaluate statement. Next two pages show how to display a custom image which is saved in the database schema. As of now, BICS doesn't allow HTML content in its catalog. This makes display of custom images a challenge. Here, images are saved in a database table as a blob column. It is read through the BI model and displayed on the dashboard. Next page is using a similar approach, but to display graphical results generated by Oracle R Enterprise. Note that Oracle R cannot run on a schema as a service instance. So these results were generated beforehand on a different database instance and then transferred to the underlying schema service. Next page shows how to perform a write back to a relational table. This again is implemented using an evaluate call from BI model. Evaluate call invokes a custom function that receives the context and performs write back to the table. In this example, you can update a selected cell value, which in this report is a forecast percentage for next year's quarter. Revised revenue values are computed in the report below it. With a single update, you can change all cells in a column or all cells in a row. Last example on this dashboard is on annotation. Like the previous one, this one is also doing write back, but the difference is this one is inserting new rows into the database table, whereas the previous one was updating existing rows. With that, let me summarize. These examples are delivered to demonstrate few advanced capabilities of the standard BICS environment. But as you saw, each of them is simply leveraging one or more combinations of existing capabilities in the stack. Thank you for your time.